Update on the Desert Dart. So today is Friday. It's Friday afternoon, and we had our ceremonial opening for Ellerbrock in Mississippi. So we got the day off, as far as the afternoon off is what I should say. So allowed me to come out here Friday and get some stuff done. So here's where I'm at. These are the TTI headers. This is going to be for the passenger side. And now, once again, these are awesome headers. They fit great. Remember, I'm doing some different things where I'm setting the engine back a little bit. I'm setting it down, so on and so forth. So fitment isn't exactly perfect. This one, and this one are very hard to get to once it's inside the car. So this one was the only one that was slotted. This one and these three were not. So I cut this down so it is also slotted. I just basically cut down to give it in. And then this one here, since it was like this, once you cut this down slotted, didn't have very much room there. So then what I did is I just reinforced it, put a little triangulation in there, and then just kind of welded it in. So that way it's got a little bit of reinforcement. So that way when I torque this down, this thing's not wanting to bend out or whatnot from there. So this side, I believe, would be done. This is the passenger side. Still working on the driver's side. On the driver's side, I'm still doing the steering shaft. Now, things are, I don't know if you can see that because there's that light coming through, but it is very tight, right? I don't even know if I can get in here with the camera. Between the steering shaft, which comes out right here, you can't even see it. It comes out right here, and where it goes to right here. Now I've dented all this in here, so that way the steering shaft could go here. But what's hitting, it's not necessarily the steering shaft itself. It's this piece right here. So this one right here. Now, for me, this is basically a vibration device. Now, if I had this extra bit, this wouldn't be a problem. What's running into it is this. Now, I can't run, this is how close it is. I have to cut these down 4 or 5 threads to get around that because that's right in that area. So, but if I can get this back to here, I mean, I'll be great. So this has got to go. So this is the one that I have, 033449. The one that I'm going to get is 013449, which has this steering dampener essentially gone. And then I also got some more of this double D, because obviously I cut this. Now that I cut it, there's not enough for the next one. So that way I'm going to have this all set up and get this done finally. So once that's done, then I can get these headers coated and move on from there. And then I can start painting things up. I did put on this steering rack. As you can see, this thing fits awesome. This is ride height right here. So this is a dead straight. So it's going to be sitting right in this area. So this thing is, I mean, this thing's set up bitching. You know, Hemi Danny did his homework on this. I mean, there's plenty of room here, but everything just fits with this oil pan, and it's awesome. So I'm going to get one of those little finders here. I'm going to do basically a set of the steering angle and just kind of get it close. This is all just, you know, kind of just spun in here. It's not all tight, but then I'm probably going to have to cut down some of these threads just a little bit, probably about 5/8 of an inch. So that way I have some, adjustment here, because right now it's essentially bottomed out. And it does get straight right now, but I won't be able to get the slight toe in that he's looking for this type. But what's pretty cool about it is that you can set this right here. So that way this is tight and that's loose. So that way you can adjust it here without having to knock this thing loose. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice little setup. Yeah, I like it. And this is basically ride height. I've got all my shocks and everything. So this is moving along. So that's where we're at on the Desert Dart. Sorry for the long-winded explanation, but that's kind of where I'm at. Oh, I do have a few other things I got to clearance. Now, it does clear here, but I just want a little extra clearance. So, I want at least, I'm going to call it an eighth of an inch. Let's call it an eighth of an inch of clearance. So it's really close. It's going to be close. And then here too, what I want to do, since it's my fault that I set the engine back so far, I'm going to cut this part, cut it there, flip this piece around, put it back in, weld it in. So that way, instead of this here, it'll be curved in. So that way I got a little bit of clearance there. And then, yeah, things are moving along nicely. I got the electrical. So once that's done, then I can paint this whole piece here. Engine comes out. I can start getting that done. Then, things will progress rapidly. It's just, sometimes it's just waiting on parts takes the longest time. So anyways, that's the update on the Desert Dart. I'm at a standstill. I thought I would get more done this week, but that's where I'm at. So yeah, moving on, see if there's anything else that I forgot. And there is not. There's not. There we are, Desert Dart, moving on.